And we are back for round 3 of CoolStuffCon Dallas. This is XJ Cloud, joined again by Jason from DuelCom US.
Hello.
We have round 3 here, Quintorius versus Spider-Man 2099, probably two of the best decks in the format right now. Do you have any thoughts on this matchup?
Yeah, I think best decks in the format. I agree with you, but I know there's going to be a lot of haters out there that are going to be like, best decks, no way, Tassiger and this and that. But
I think there.
Quintorius literally has so much
I think it's
range.
very obvious 2099 is like the best deck, but I
Oh, for
think
sure.
Quintorius
Yeah.
is in contention for like one of the other top 5 or so here, up there with
Absolutely agree.
Tassiger.
I think I think if Moto was easier to navigate, was like less clicky, I think we'd see a lot more Quintorius results. But in paper, like we're here in paper, I think Quintorius is a lot easier to navigate in paper and to not like chew up as much clock. As you guys both play fetch lands in the first second of the game and
My favorite
start
part, where we both
yeah.
fetch for our surveil lands on turn 1.
Yeah. I imagine you did it. You did yours right after to avoid any stifle and
Yeah,
nonsense.
I did it
Yeah.
in response here. I think we're on the end of my end step here. In the 2099 player was on the play. But it's weird because Quintorius plays such a bizarre control game against blue decks that I just really wasn't expecting when this deck was starting to break out. It plays the control game surprisingly well against just like piles and piles of counter spells.
Right. I mean, you run both the blast. If you run like untimely malfunction or redirect lightning, stuff like that. I mean, it catches a lot of blue decks off because in this kind of color matchup, if we're just looking at the colors, like you would think, oh, red white against blue red, red white won't have that many answers comparatively, like especially on like counter spells and spells I want to do. I will resolve more than likely. Um, so yeah, you definitely there's like a part of surprise almost, where you catch them off guard of like, all right, well, I like where blue players kind of are overconfident in the sense of like, oh, okay, well, I'm going to counter your spell, and you're like, no, you're not. And yeah, there's that back and forth with Contorius for sure.
So we're seeing this game play out here, like very classic control mirror, land go, land go, land go. But we've already seen some decisions on on surveils, on an end step, traumatic critique is I believe the card. Traumatic critique for 0 just to like draw 2, discard 1.
Yeah, with Spider-Man, you want to do that and hopefully be able to pitch a Wild Ride or a Reckless Charge or a Detective's Phoenix so you can take advantage of the Spider-Man nonsense.
Yeah, and you see Quintorius Mill, the Day of Judgment, which makes sense. 2099, a
Yeah,
deck that like really punishes you for sorcery speed removal.
yeah,
And
absolutely.
Spider-Man milling the Murktide Regent, a card that punishes you against Graveyard Hate. So these decisions make sense, but neither player has really made a move here until turn 4, jamming the Spider-Man into a bunch of open mana.
Yeah, I mean, the part of Spider-Man with so there's a Galvanic Discharge. The part of Spider-Man that's really good is like the first couple turns you want to be able to counter or remove, but in this matchup where he can just hold his hand and wait till you trying to do anything towards a Spider-Man, I would imagine this is where he would have some answer, but I guess not.
Yeah. And that Galvanic Discharge is more than likely cast on like second main, given that he didn't cast any haste thing. There's no reason to go for
Right.
it and do like a counter spell until you want to try to make the trigger not happen. But the first cast of 2099 is also a little bit free in that it costs 2 on turn 4, which means you can still just like threaten the exact same thing even as soon as next turn if you wanted, right? 5 mana.
Right. And that's another thing why I think Spider-Man thrives as well as it does is it's so low cost. Yes, you have to wait till turn 4, but you're more than okay with waiting till turn 4 so you can stack up the cards you want to cast and
Yeah, games
just
go so
win
long in
games.
this format. It's not being able to cast your commander for the first 3 turns is honestly barely a downside.
Right. Hey, there's some games I played where I don't cast my commander at all, and I just don't need to.
Yep.
If I turn one Oscillate Pride, turn two a Johnny, I kind of just got it right there. You have to get rid of those guys, and my commander doesn't really need to be out.
So
As
Quint's
we
got an Urza Saga here, so they're these mana sink lands I value really highly in these blue matchups, where you want to be able to just hold up all your mana to react to whatever your opponent's doing while still presenting some threats, whether it's threats or card advantage with stuff like Quarry Mountain Monastery or Castle Ardenvale or
Right.
Urza Saga. So you do lose the land, but we get, two giant creatures and then something like a currency converter or, yeah, you see currency converter grabbed here. Makes sense.
Yeah, if you were playing a different matchup, I can imagine like Ghost Vacuum, Relic of Progenitus, stuff like that to just quickly or over time get rid of graveyards. But in this matchup, you just currency converter gives you the ability to go wide pretty quickly, and I think you definitely need that in this matchup to try to put damage fast and to be able to block. Even it is interesting that he took his turn 5 and just passed. It didn't this land go and didn't kill the construct and do anything. So that's definitely an interesting move. I wonder if it's a bad hand, if there's just nothing to
There's been a lot of sculpting, right? There's a Dramatic Critique, there's a Surveil land, there's a Prismari Charm to sculpt, so I imagine his hand's got some action, maybe just not doing anything until end step here, and then gonna kill a construct on tap.
It's just interesting because usually Spider-Man is a lot more reactive and a lot more like not so much shut down, but more of so now we're gonna get a cryptic commands. Return draw card, maybe?
Yeah, bounce a construct draw. Wants to bounce a land, draw a card. Maybe try to go for a kill here, but it's tough when there's a blocker in play. Maybe it's a Detective's Phoenix line, though.
Yeah, it could definitely be that.
And also, bouncing one of the lands still means that there's one mana up, which isn't,
right.
Complete shields down. But it does take out a color.
He also has 1 mana open after the cast. So, I mean, this could just be like you could respond here with a Pyro or a Mana Tide doesn't do the trick, I guess. Untiming Malfunction could really mess up his plan too.
Oh,
You just redirect it.
Bounce one of your own lands.
Yeah.
Looks like just a loot instead. So the shields are relatively down if the Spider-Man player has, land, haste activator, or 1-drop removal stuff for this construct. It could easily just be like 15 you.
Right.
Although activating the currency converter might be a little bit of a tell that there is some free removal spell or free action in hand, or maybe it's just a sign that that I have nothing. Oh, Clout of the Dominus.
Going for the win. If this resolves, he probably gets you Pyrokinesis, pitching Magus. I mean, that's kind of like one of the best responses there.
Yeah.
Now Clout goes to the graveyard. Spider-Man costs 6, and this is where it gets hard for Spider-Man 2099 players to really effectively win because even though their deck is built pretty well and everything, I think it's still built around Spider-Man. And when Spider-Man can't resolve or can't really do much, you have to rely on the rest of that deck, and I don't think it can produce as well as other people would think.
Yeah, so it is very hard to turn that corner if your Spider-Man gets answered a couple of times.
Right.
And now
I am surprised that Quint resolved.
Yeah. This game seems pretty locked up here. We're activating Greeting Currency Converter trigger, meaning we're getting a Quint trigger. The currency converter has a squee under it, so it's going to be instant make a 2/2 and put squee in the yard, and then make another 3/2
on top of that. You just milled a Flage.
It's just that easy.
It's just that easy. All right, so swing in with 2 constructs. They're 3/3s. He goes to 9. You have a 3/2 spirit. You have the ability to make a 2/2 rogue on his end step. Now, the dangerous aspect of a Spider-Man deck is he could still kill you right here. He could cast Spider-Man.
Cast Spider-Man, cast a haste thing, Pyrokinesis, something. Oh.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Maybe he just has the line that I'm thinking. Cast Detective's Phoenix. Get rid of the Murktide Regent. swing for 4, double strike in the air, put you to 8, and then hit you for 4 more at end step. So,
but looks like
yeah, why worry about a Detective Phoenix where you can just march the Spider-Man?
make a treasure token off the currency converter, march the Spider-Man, pitching that Wrath of God, and this game seems pretty locked up. It might just actually be lethal. Oh no, because I can't make the 2/2 anymore, so it's only 9 power.
Yeah, but you're still.
If I remove the Phoenix, it is lethal, I guess.
If you remove the Phoenix, it's lethal. If you can get another artifact in for 7, so you're in for 7 at that point. So not
right,
lethal
the
yet.
Flage,
Oh,
how quick we are to forget.
Yeah, Flage gets it there. You don't even need to remove Phoenix. You just 3 the face with Flage, and you win.
Anything works. And that's kind of what we see. Sometimes in these control mirrors, the person that makes the person that blinks first is the person that's going to lose, and just the continually just jamming the 2099, and like maybe that's just the context of the hand. You got to play the hand you're dealt sometimes, but oftentimes in these control matches, if you're just letting your opponent convert their removal and then giving you a window to like resolve a Quintorius and not playing these long control games, then it doesn't work out as often.
Yeah, I also think maybe there's a little bit of nerves obviously involved with playing in paper, playing in a big tournament like this.
Yeah. I remember talking with this opponent after the match, and I think that they played in a local scene, and this was like one of their first bigger Duel Commander events that they had played in paper. It was really cool.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like he jumped the gun on the cryptic command.
Yeah, that cryptic command modes maybe could have been cleaner.
Yeah, like I would have targeted a construct, and like I probably would have held it up for Quintorius.
Yeah, maybe just waited for a better moment for that cryptic command, like a bounce a land, tap down all your creatures sort of angle to go for a lethal push on like a turn with slightly less mana open.
Yeah, and that's just going to come with play time and experience with it too. And even then, you're going to make mistakes. It just happens in any kind of game of Magic. You just gotta learn from them and keep moving forward. But I do think Spider-Man versus Quintorius is a fun matchup for both decks because even though they both are running a decent amount of control, at the end of the day, they're both very hard to deal with when they get going. If they get Spider-Man out with any piece to give it haste or pump up its power, it is so hard to stop. And on the other side, Quintorius, if you get a couple engine pieces and Quintorius out, you're just running away with the game.
Hey, I have the Elegant Parlor hand this time, and I'm on another Wrath. I don't even have to fetch it.
Get him the Wrath. He plays an island and a Verge. It passes. Land go. Yep. So again, classic mirror or control mirror. All right, going in for Talisman and a Force Spike. Yep. That happens to me all the time. But you have to try it.
Yeah, gotta convert your spells for their spells somehow.
Yeah. And I'd rather a Talisman get Force Spike than my Quintorius. Yeah. So here comes a Mistrized Village. Mistrized Village should have came in tapped. That's a misplay.
Yeah, I'm now seeing that, huh? Well, we live and we learn. It's funny because I actually was watching a different match where Mistrized Village should have come in tapped, and I did notice it then. But it's way harder to notice in your own game sometimes.
Oh, for sure. All right, so you play a mountain, it looks like?
Yeah, Snowcover Mountain. So I'm locked out of white mana, notably.
You're out of white mana, but you do have red and blue mana.
Yeah.
So.
Also, notably, he does... the opponent does immediately play a basic island here, which maybe he top-decked it, or maybe like he just had a different land he could have played that turn, and the Mistrized Village play meant nothing.
So he's Flame of Anwar, getting rid of the Felwar Stone. He really does not like your mana rocks.
Well, also draws two, because Magus is a wizard.
Yeah. That's a good little tech there. All right, and this is where XJ draws the planes and starts running away with it, right?
Of course.
Yeah, I mean, you just draw like a champion. That is technically a plane.
It's a plane. Just not the one I'm looking for here.
Not
the old hardcast squee, my favorite play.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever hardcasted squee in the time I played. You're right. I'm just cruising in life right now.
Opponent's got 3 basic islands. Rough
Yeah, I
beats.
mean, this is the moment where Magus feels amazing in a
Mhm.
Spider-Man deck because you're just like, yep, I'm not affected by this at all,
Yeah.
and who cares? So swings in with a 2/2 to your 2/2 and says, yeah, go ahead, block it if you want.
Squeeze a 1/1, so it's
Oh, squeeze a 1/1. You're
yeah.
right. I always think he's a 2/2.
Maybe a lot better if you could cast a Gray Ogre. It's the worst case, but he is just a 1/1.
Yep.
But yeah, this
All
game's
right.
not looking
So
too good unless I can rip planes like exactly right now or something.
yeah. Or a pyrokinesis wouldn't hurt.
Oh yeah, some free solitude, something free that answers the Magus, or even just they're a red removal
There it
spell.
is. Yeah, Ghost Fire Slice does it. But he does have 3 mana up, and 2 of them are blue.
Yeah.
So again, this is the part where this is what I thought. This is normally the the choreograph of a Spider-Man deck of all right, well, I'll keep mana open and counter. I it is crazy that resolved to me, but
Well, with 4 mana up, it does get harder and harder to counter spells fully, right? You're looking at like Force of Negation counter spell, but you're turning off the mana leaks and the lose focuses and stuff.
sure. But even if he loses focus there, he eats up 4 of your mana, and you're done for the turn. And like that to me would be my play if I had to lose focus in hand there. I'm okay
You're
with
looking to cast a Time Walk.
yeah, like I'm okay with saying okay, well I lose Magus, but I still I'm just gonna progress and move forward while my opponent can't do a whole lot. Like if he did have lose focus there, you can't cast Plage. He probably just passed turn because he can't even crack Prismatic at that point because it's tapped.
Yeah.
But again, I don't know what's in his hand. He could just have like a memory lapse or something a lot. So I guess we're gonna see what's in his hand. Otawara. He's gonna Otawara the Spider-Man in response to the Flage trigger.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Maybe he's just setting up lethal, but I would imagine he would have gone for it last turn.
Yeah.
He had it. My Flage should be in the graveyard. There we go. And looks like we're 1 card. Wait, is Flage Escape 5? I never remember.
Flage is escape 5 cards, but it's 4 mana. Yeah. So yeah, you're 1 card away from.
No, there's a Prismatic Vista hidden right underneath the Flage. Yeah, there it is.
Okay, so you're good to go.
Exactly enough, yeah. Although that is a Swarm Yard, if I'm not mistaken.
That is a Swarm Yard, so he's going to recast the good old Spidey
and that makes it
into your 1 mana.
A lot tougher to kill.
Pass turn. It does make it harder to kill, but you're okay if it as long as no other casting from exile, and it doesn't look like he's setting that up right now.
Yeah.
You have 5 mana. He has 4 mana open. I think probably you gotta yeah. See if Quintorius will resolve. Nothing has been really countered. Yeah, you want to leave the dual land open. Now let's see what we got. So we're gonna discard.
Just resolves too.
I am curious why not Flage there, but there you go. That's why I would resolve. I think Flage would have been my choice over Quintorius in that moment.
I think it depends a lot on what I have in hand, and if I'm worried about like a singular counterspell, this is the only time I'm getting to cast Flage this game.
Right, absolutely, and I think Flage can wreck some damage, but if he gets exiled or something like that, then you're just out of luck. What do we got? Okay, so we got a pathway and a red.
Yeah, the Flage also isn't that good on the board. Like obviously it's this big creature that's going to gain me some life, but it's not going to kill the 2099, right? It's just going to, gain me 3 life and tap it down, or I guess go face in that case. But
right, and now Hidebinder neuters Quintorius.
Yes, Quintorius currently has no text. Oh, and it looks like we're dead.
So there's just 5.
Have to just rip the wild right off the top, right? Otherwise, you just would have done this last turn.
So you're taking a total of 13, and then
He
he
should
just
be able to flash back the. Oh no, he doesn't have another red mana, so not technically.
yeah, that's what's interesting about his plays there. I don't know why he galvanic discharge, to be honest. I think I
Well,
would have.
to push the Spider-Man damage.
Right, but okay, so hypothetically, he hits you for you took what 13 there is what it said.
Yeah.
So you were at 15, you went to 2. Hypothetically, he could have swung with both, waited to cast Wild Ride, then recast it, and then you take 8. So you take 11 instead of 13. So I guess it is technically more damage, but I don't know. I think maybe I'm wrong, but I think maybe I would just try to push Spidey in as hard and fast as possible, especially while I have your commander shut down. But I'm always hesitant when somebody's at 2 life that they can still win the game because I constantly go against control players. Yesterday or the other day, Richard beat me at 1 life while I was playing Emery.
And last card subtlety. All right.
Yeah, subtlety just finishes the game.
Game over.
Unless you have a response, yeah.
It is what it is.
That's why we run Pyroblast, folks. If you had a Pyroblast there, subtlety does nothing.
It would have still been in it. It's still in a not great spot. I guess you kill the Tishana, the Quintorius comes back online, but
yeah,
going up to 5.
You kill Tidebinder.
But then if you flash back the Wild Ride on the Spider-Man, it still trades with Flage because it only becomes a 5/3, right? 5/3 double strike.
Yeah.
Okay, so
they would trade Flage. Yeah, so you would kill Tidebinder, go up to 5.
And you get plus Quintorius, whatever, but it doesn't affect the board immediately.
Yeah. Unless you draw, or unless you have Shenanigans in hand, you discard Shenanigans, start getting spirits, which I love. I love the fact that Shenanigans is a card and Duel Commander.
Shenanigans is so sweet. I talk about this every time. I probably talked about it on previous matches, and I'm probably going to talk about it on future matches. But like Duel Commander being a home for like weird, goofy cards that don't see any play anywhere else is one of my favorite things about the format.
Absolutely agree. Even though Dualcast MTG will never let me live it down. I love trying out some of the jankiest cards, and maybe they don't make the final cut. Maybe they aren't good enough to play in tournaments. But being able to go, yeah, I'm going to try this out. I'm going to try this Ant-Man deck that has no business winning. Oh, guess what? I just beat a Tassiger and a Glarb deck on my weeklies. Cool. Like, then my newest fun deck I'm playing around with is the Mighty Thor, which I think might have potential.
Is that the blue-white one? Is it the blue-white Felia, kind of?
Yeah, blue-white Felia, pretty much.
Yeah.
If you can't tell, I have a pattern of blue-white. I love Aang, and I like the Mighty Thor, so...
Right.
I don't know, I'm going to try it out.
This is the first game we've actually seen, like, fireworks in the first turns here. We're casting spells. Scrabble Claws, I guess, barely counts, but we got a creature on board.
Yeah, maybe this is the tempo version of Spider-Man where he can get some creatures out and start hitting face. Now, Scrabbling Claws is a great setup piece.
Against a DRC, too. Keeps it offline.
Yeah. But can you get Quintorius out is the biggest thing. So that's the flip side of Sundering Eruption.
Yeah.
You chose not to have it come in untapped. He swings for 1. I don't see any reason to respond. Just take 1. Now we're back to the land go method.
Yeah, land go is definitely a little bit better when you have something going on. Even if it's just this little 1/1 that's doing some chip damage, it also, lets you sculpt your draws, even if your graveyard's getting eaten as you cast your cantrips or your counter spells and stuff. So this DRC is poised to make Game 3 look a lot different than Game 1.
For sure. And I think
there's the same...
Traumatic Critique is a good response, so he's going to Surveil first.
Yeah, now this is suddenly Surveil 1, draw 2, discard a card.
Right.
Get some additional value.
So yeah, before traumatic critique resolves, you'll
Yeah, those are the little Quintorius things that never really matter, but like when you have graveyard cards like that where they get a decision, they have a decision to make.
yeah.
Sometimes you just want to let them not have that decision. Like if they,
No, and it definitely can matter though, is the thing.
yeah,
It could
yeah,
definitely affect the game of like,
it's
oh, now I have a 3/3 breathing down my throat.
yeah, it's definitely
Um,
type play. If they had like
yeah,
discarded that was their only land and they discarded 2 instants or whatever, it's like okay, I can get rid of an instant now, and then they can suddenly
right,
get delirium on a turn where they couldn't otherwise.
right. The other aspect of it too is like maybe not in this matchup, but Tassiger and so on. It just shuts down their like kind of forefront game plan of I want to fill my graveyard up fast, and you're just like, no, 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 okay. No Tassiger for one, please.
Yeah, at those points you just kind of are firing it indiscriminately, just activating
Yeah,
every turn whenever you can.
yeah. And then the other aspect of Scrabbling Claws is you can fourth Irelings. Okay, so we're gonna try to turn things sideways on your side, but I don't think it's gonna resolve.
It's like
Yeah, that's
memory
a memory
lapse.
lapse.
Yeah, memory lapse always is rough. It always feels really bad to get with a memory lapse. I don't know,
Yeah.
like oftentimes it is like just counterspell or worse than counterspell, but sometimes when you're just like, I just need to draw something to get me out of this, I'm gonna cast this spell, and then you get a memory lapse, you're just like, wow, this is brutal.
Yeah. So right now we're staring at a land, sorcery, instant, land. So land, instant, sorcery. He's
Yeah.
one card away from
Delirium.
turning on the
Notably, it's a little tough to get that fourth card type in the graveyard
for
for
sure,
for
for sure.
2099.
I
Also,
think
a little peek behind the screen here because I remember bits and pieces of this tournament. This game three
mhm,
hand from me is getting absolutely demolished by this Dragon's Rage Chandler because my hand was fourth Aerolingus plus lands and Simian Spirit Guide with the intent of jamming fourth Aerolingus turn 2 on the play and just riding
mm,
Monarchy. And then he played this turn 1 DRC, which just screwed up everything.
yeah. Top deck surveilled another land away.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna just pitch the land to the
Yeah.
Scrabbling Claws and
The
say,
problem
okay,
with
well,
the problem with Scrabbling Claws versus DRC is that it's still really good if it's just a 1/1 that's letting him sculpt his draws every turn.
right.
Even
Absolutely.
if I can
And the
keep
fact that it
yeah.
doesn't have to attack yet every turn it also could be beneficial.
Yeah, if I put some in
But
the
I
way.
imagine here comes Spider-Man.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm tapped out. If he has the kill, he's got the kill.
Well,
Sometimes
spoiler here.
you just can't always play it safe against 2099. Sometimes you gotta look at your hand and go, I'm not winning this game if I just like try to hold up my interaction every turn. If my opponent hasn't
Yeah,
rolled up on turn 4, they got me.
absolutely agree. I think sometimes the risk outweighs the I guess the reward outweighs the risk
Yeah.
of like, yeah, I could just jam and try to win it. And a philosophy I've been subscribing to lately is like, if you don't have it, then I got it, so I'm gonna try it. And if you don't have it, then I just win.
Yeah.
So
And it turns out they didn't have it here, so we get to live another day, but still pretty
yeah,
firmly on the back foot here.
yeah, it's tough. He has Spider-Man out. You have to think of like, okay, between the 2 mana that's open and the DRC, like coming down, like how can I make it through the next couple turns and
Yeah,
turn
you really
around?
need like Quintorius plus Pyroblast here, or Quintorius plus your opponent does not have the counterspell, but they've been surveilling and
Yeah,
looting and yep, remand.
for remand, Mana Tithe would be pretty cool here.
Oh yeah, Mana Tithe, the redirect lightning. Although redirect lightning would hurt 6 damage.
Yeah. All right. So then Quintorius back to hand,
I got
or maybe
something
not.
here.
Is this a Mana Tithe?
Nope, it's just
That's
a
a
lightning
lightning
bolt.
bolt. So lightning bolt to Spider-Man to try to live another day.
Yeah.
He didn't surveil the card into the graveyard, so he knows what he's drawing. He
It's
drew
so
a
rough
card.
here because even like absolute worst case for this hand is just, oh, I'm gonna attack you for another 1 and recast 2099 and shock you for 2, and then we're at the same board say this last turn.
Right.
And like,
And then on your end of the things, you have Quint in hand. There's,
you
I
know,
imagine you're just gonna slam Quint again and try to make something happen.
pray it resolves again. Yeah. Ding. Meanwhile, this DRC's dealt me 4 damage now. Looks like turn 5.
Turn 5, yeah.
Yeah, 4 damage plus the 5th damage from the Sunday Canyon plus 2 from Spider-Man. Don't know quite how many cards are in the opponent's hand, but I have to imagine he's got a pretty full grip here. Given
All right,
that,
so we're pitching Oliphant. Go get Plateau probably.
Yep, I imagine so.
I mean, you do know he's playing Magus,
well, you can't get a
but Magus,
mountain with Oliphant
yeah,
anyway. So at this point, mana kind of doesn't matter. Just grab whatever. Maybe playing around the other Magus, the blue one.
Oh yeah, that's true. I forgot about the blue one. So that makes
sense. Tides, seas.
Yeah,
I always forget.
The seas. Harbinger of the Seas.
Yeah.
The nasty little card that shuts down those other colors.
Yeah. So what do we got here? Replay Quint. Nope.
Yeah.
Oh
nope,
yeah, fourth in hand from the memory lapse too.
Yeah.
Fourth for 2, huh?
Fourth for 2.
Casting Quint into a bunch of open mana is just not very exciting.
Yeah.
It's kind of interesting to just get a board builder, even if.
In the same regards, it's surprising that this resolves to me.
I think there's a chance that the opponent just doesn't care about this. Okay, you have 2/2s. I'm going to keep my counter spells for stuff that matters. Oh, yep, that's a reason to not care about it.
Yeah, that'll do.
And that's kill them both.
And that's a trigger off a DRC.
Yep.
That you remind him of. Don't forget to do that. You know, XJ is well known for playing fairly and letting his opponent beat him. I think I would have been the lesser sport in there and be like, oh, he forgot it. All right.
I don't think that Surveil's making a break in this game. Oh, and then Consult Star Charts. I gotta say, this card, like, pretty reasonable power level, but, like, very demoralizing to see cast on Edstep. If I don't know what it is about it, card's just really good. It's like, I guess it's just a memory deluge when you kick it, but I don't know the modality where it is. It's also just really, really messed up late game when it's just like turn 10. And you're just like, all right, well, I'm gonna cast my Dig Through Time.
Right, exactly. Like when, especially in this mode, like it's a slightly better memory deluge, and for 4 mana, like, and then worst, like you can always play it for 2 and just pick 1, which is really good too. So
yeah, when you're tight on mana, but you really need to like dig for like a specific card, it's 2 mana. It's so versatile, and it's just whenever your opponent resolves one of those, just like dig really deep and pick 2 cards. It just feels like the stock ups and stuff. It just feels so hard to win. And there's True Name. Speaking of hard to win,
good gosh,
this card has had my number for over a decade in my Magic career. Almost no deck I've ever played has had a good True Name Nemesis matchup.
Yeah, I don't think there is such thing as a good True Name matchup, unless I guess you're running a ton of Wraths.
Combo decks and Wraths, I'd say, are like, oh, okay, yeah, it's a 3-drop with 3 power that doesn't do anything. Like, very slow combo clock. And
sure.
But I love my fiddly creature decks, and just True Name's always here to ruin my fun. Well, we got this Wrath of God, so maybe resolves this time. Maybe the opponent doesn't have a counter spell.
Sacks Arid Mesa, probably gets Volcanic Island. Takes Volcanic Island, so he has 1, 2, 3 mana available to him.
Hardcast Force.
I'm gonna guess
Archmage's Charm.
I'm gonna guess a lose focus here. We've already seen Memory Lapse. He could be just having a hard counter spell.
Yeah, well, you wouldn't need to fetch if you just had a 2 mana. Looks like he's paying 3.
Right, maybe want to lose focus, replicate since you have 2 mana open.
No, Hardcast Wash Away. Good old cancel.
Yeah, and then trigger the surveil. Did not find a creature or enchantment or anything else, so doesn't worry about it. And counters Wrath of God with Wash Away. But here you're going to
The
make him
classic
choose a card.
classic desperation sack scrabbling clause, trying to top deck Pyroblast because I'm not going to win this game
Yep.
otherwise. That's what it seems like. Yep.
Done that multiple times myself.
Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, and we don't find it.
Right, so Wrath doesn't resolve. Ooh, man. This don't look good. All right, so Boros Garrison.
Hey, don't you laugh at my Boros Garrison.
I hate it.
It's great.
I
It's so good in the control matchups. Have you ever drawn a card?
No, I just
You get to hit 2 land drops with 1 card. It's broken.
oh yeah, for sure. Except you can't play it on turn 1, 2, 3, or 4.
I mean, you play it on turn 2 or 3 or 4. It's a control matchup. They're not gonna do anything.
I mean, I just feel like it always puts me behind every time I've tried it out. I don't think I've had a good Boros Garrison experience.
It's very specifically in these Drago matchups where you want it, but I mean, not this board state. But
Yeah. All right. So here's a Quintorius into 6 open mana.
yeah, with already sacked the Scrabbling Clause previously. So
does the opponent have another counter spell? They have a Snapcaster Mage,
targeting
which will go
anything.
with them.
Memory lapse,
yeah,
remand,
probably
wash
memory
away.
lapse. I'd probably remand it, to be honest, just to make it hurt more.
And I've had enough. I think it might. No, it's not quite lethal. I guess it's only 6, but you can recast the Spider-Man too, so that is representing 8 if I have nothing. So
yeah,
that's going to be it for this one. Rough break, but I mean, just goes to show sometimes the nature of 2099, where it can sometimes just like play those tempo games after we played 2 like really intricate control games where no one's like taking any actions for a little bit, and sometimes you just like get those really annoying creatures in play.
Yep, getting that DRC probably got him the win there.
Oh yeah, definitely. It was a really good turn 1 Dragon's Waste channel, that's for sure. But that'll be all from us for round 3 here. We'll be back for round 4 of CoolStuffCon Dallas.